So this video ties in some footage I took while spring scouting this northern Oakland County piece of public. I was walking a transition between the marsh and kind of some open timber. It wasn't very thick, or it wasn't thick at all. Pretty wide open actually. So I was following this transition up and I ran into a really big rub. And then I was starting to look around. I found 2 scrapes, found another big rub, and I just started looking all around. And a tip that I have is whenever you see a concentration of rubs, start marking them on your maps, and you can start to see a pattern that you may not pick up just by walking around. And what I did after plotting all those rubs is I kind of looked for the pattern, and I noticed that J hook where the buck is walking parallel to the transition line. So that's where you see me kind of explaining where I think he'll be moving through, what wind direction that I need. It needs to be blown in from the marsh. And these are kind of all assumptions that I'm making to help myself remember when to hunt it in the fall. So this first clip that you're gonna see is I'm located at this buck symbol that you're seeing here, and I'm kind of walking southwest south coming down.
I think this is the trail he's taking. There, got an old one there. This is him on the way out. I think the trail goes through here. There's the swamp. So I think when the wind is heading in from the swamp, he's scent checking all of this. There's one heading out. And we pick up the trail. So when the wind coming in off that swamp, maybe this thick stuff too on the edge. And he's going to J hook in. So following this trail, there's one, there's one, coming down the trail, there's one. Now the trail kind of splits, goes that way. There's a little one up there. This is where it starts getting interesting. And a big one there, fresh. That one there. Oh yeah, then that tree. Got one coming out here. So then, coming in, it's really not a trail. There's a trail that goes that way. I'm just gonna take it back out. Scrape that branch right there, broke off. Scrape, I think, just like that's broken. So, and then there's a rub there, but there's a deer block. And then I found the Red Bull can under this tree, and then up there is that platform.
A really important part of spring scouting is picking out a tree to hunt, so you know exactly where you need to go. You know what wind that you're going to need to hunt it. You're going to need to plan your access, all that stuff ahead of time. So once hunting season comes around, you have that plan. You know exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it. So this is me walking from the scrapes back around. Based on my access, I'm coming in from kind of the southeast, so I knew I was going to be looking on the right side of that trail looking for trees.
Okay, standing at the scrape, heading back out trying to find a place to hunt. So since he's gonna be J-hooking this way, the wind going, we're gonna have to stay on that outer edge. There's this one here. I don't know if I probably could sneak an arrow through. If I'm up in like way, way high, because there's those tips of the branches that are just right there. That'd be a tough one if he gets the clearing right before. But there's the heading out rub. But if he's in this little clearing, and that's money. So I think that'd be a good tree. Not really any cover though. But hopefully he's so worked up that wouldn't notice. There's the fresh rub. But man, if he's bedding in here, if he's hunkered down, oof, that's like 30 yards. Okay. That would be a low one. If I can get my body right there, maybe. Oof. I don't know. That one would be too far away. That's probably a 30 to 40 yard shot. There's where the step over. Oh, I didn't even show this in the last video. It's coming through there. Oh, look at that one. You know, so we might come out through here because this is where that little baby rub is. So again, that really is the only tree. It's not high. On the trail. Through here, there's all these beeches or birches, but no cover. Here's the rub heading out. Okay, now this is kind of turning north. Let's look into this little trail. All of my other walking has been through here, but might be coming. Oh, there it is. Through here. Because, so those trees have rubs. So he's either coming on that side of the birches or some plant mounds. This trail, here we go. There's rub there, and then this one is broke here. And there's all the rubs start. So I think he's bedding here, walk in there, scent checking. That pine, here's the view from the pine tree. That's the broken tree with the rub. Those are the birches with the rub. So he's either going to come out back there or through here. That would be close to his bedding though. Bedding's right there. That's there. That's there. And it starts getting into some thickets. Oh, there's a rub right there. Yeah, so he's definitely Walking through here. And there's one. Yeah, and then there's where we came from. That birch, that one right there.
So when I was there, I didn't see anything that resembled good bedding. I thought that they were going to be bedding, or that he was going to be bedding under that big maple tree there. But the more I thought about it later on throughout the summer, and now especially after I've hunted it, I realized that area is not good bedding at all. Not nearly thick enough, not enough cover. So I don't know where that buck is coming from. I know that he's moving through there. I just don't know where he starts his journey, you know, if that's going to be nighttime movement or what. I didn't put a camera there, so I didn't monitor it throughout the summer or even into the season. The first time I went back in there was just to hunt it. So the clips that you just saw were from me scouting it in the spring, coming up with my plan, picking my spots, knowing what trees I'm going to hit, all that good stuff. And now it's November 10th, Friday. I have the day off of work, so I went in for an evening hunt. I knew this was going to be a good rut spot. The wind was good, so I ended up getting in there a little late, so I kind of hung back a little bit.
Oh, this sucks. It sucks big time. Got a ground blind. There's a chair. And that red thing is a salt block. Now someone's been here to put the fresh salt block down. I'm not that happy with this tree. I thought it would be a little bit more leafed out when I scouted it out in the spring, but there's nothing. So I got as high as I could, but I'm not very high. Maybe 15. I'm just gonna have to be still. And it is going to be excruciating for the next 3 hours. I'm not good at being still. That's why I like the saddle, because I can adjust. When I scouted, he was coming out on this side of that tree, so kind of right through there. And then he was working this edge of these poplars. And I wasn't feeling very good, but then I saw that. So I think he's still in here. Just gonna work this edge. There. And then right beyond that tree that way was that really big rub I found. There's also a very thick trail underneath here. Right there. And that appears to be a scrape. And it leads to now I don't recall a trail cutting through right here. That could be new. And I don't recall a scrape being there. The other tree that I prepped, I believe is that one. I think I'm gonna go there in the morning. I didn't want to get in too deep right now. I know I need to be aggressive, but I got out here a little bit later than I wanted. So I'll get in nice and early tomorrow and go over there, get a lot closer. But I knew this tree was going to be a backup. And that rub confirms he's still using this way, so I can't see if there's a trail in the grass. I don't have a good vantage point for that. Here's the importance of taking videos when you're scouting. I just checked my Spartan Forage map, and I thought he was coming out over there, but it turns out he's coming out right there. Let me show you. So on my scouting video, I came out right here and turned. So these would be my 2-shot opportunities. Right here is where the trail
obviously, because it's new. So I don't know if he's changing his patterns or not. But I thought he was coming out from over there. I was wrong. I'm glad I reviewed the footage because I was looking over there. Now I know I need to look right here. Makes for a much more difficult shot too, because he's walking directly at me, and that's all I have right there, that window. So from seeing him to shooting is probably 10 seconds.
I was in the tree and I noticed movement coming exactly from that trail where I thought that buck was going to come down, and I thought, yes, here we go. And I noticed, and I got a better picture of the deer, small body size. Finally, a look at its head. It was a doe. Like, ah, crap. I see another one, then I see another one. So, had 3 total does working. Looks like they came out of the marsh a little bit, worked into the clearing. And I was really excited, thinking hopefully there's something chasing them. But reading their body language and everything that you could see, they were not concerned, they were not being pushed, they were not being chased, they weren't looking over their back, they weren't rushed, they were just taking their time, acting like normal deer do. So I knew there wasn't a buck behind them. A little bit later, I had a spike come in, same exact route, working that same path, except he kind of cut up the clearing on the far edge instead of the close edge near me. That was all I saw the rest of the night.
Saturday, Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. Thank you guys for, and women, for your service. That's some great backlighting there. Wind isn't ideal today. It was supposed to be a westerly, I think like northwest or something, but it's switched completely north. Which sucks because I accessed from the south. So if he's bedded, after the same buck as last night, if he's bedded where I think he's bedded, it means he's gonna be looking south right at my access, so. Not ideal, but better than sitting on the couch. It's about 9:30, so getting out here late. I'm just gonna do a midday sit. I got stuff to do. Had stuff to do this morning, stuff to do this afternoon. So I'm just gonna get out for a few hours when I can. You never know what'll happen. Oh, kicked up one deer. I don't know what it was, but walking a little too loud, I guess.
Didn't end up seeing anything. What I did notice was that area was very wide open, so I wasn't really too happy with it. So I didn't have much confidence in the spot once I finally got back there. So I decided to get down and kind of scout my way out. I stayed off the deer trail that I marked. So I wanted to put a camera up, so I kind of came into it at a perpendicular. Found some fresh rubs, found some fresh tracks, and decided to hang my camera there to see if there was any chance that buck was still moving.
Yeah, this buck is definitely still alive. That's what I just found. That's a good track right there. And then that is a nice rub. Oh, I didn't notice that one there. So he's still working through here. There's a trail through there. Where's my hand? There's a trail through there. But it looks like he's coming around. Coming in here. And coming this way. So I need to put a camera up just to see if I can get a picture of him. But where? So this is why I really like that Good Sit mobile mount. I am about 12 feet off the ground. I don't have a lock. And I can just point that thing right down. Look at it. So it's pointed down. So it's looking at this. The trail's coming in here. It's gonna split there, and it splits there. So right before it splits, it's about what the camera sees right there. But that trail is just beat in there. So that shows you my stick is over 6 feet tall. And then it's another 6 feet up there. But it's getting this whole area. There's another good one too. I'm pretty sure. So the one on the left, I can't point, is new. The one on the right, because I sat up in that tree last night. I think I saw that one on the right.
And when I say the buck is still alive and in here, I meant from last season. Like, that same buck is still using that same area this season, so we made it. So someone could have shot him yesterday or the day before, for all I know. But I know he's at least working the same area this season. And since, you know, the rubs weren't tacky or anything like that, the scrapes weren't super fresh. So he was laying down that sign obviously before this. So, you know, I'm in here kind of the second weekend in November, right before gun season. Maybe this spot is good the last weekend of October, first weekend of November. You know, it could be off by a week or two when this guy's really cruising through. So it's all about knowing that for future years. As the boogeyman says, put him in inventory, put him on layaway, whatever it is. But yeah, so I didn't put a camera out here in the spring like an idiot. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that this coming spring to get a better pattern on him. But now I know for next year to come in late October, early November and see if it's a little bit more fresh. Plus the trail cam data will really help me pinpoint that down even more. Sunday evening, stupid south wind. I'm walking all the way around. It's about 1.25 miles to go around this big marsh to get where I want to go. On the west wind that I hunt it, it's like 400 or 500 yards. So this puts it in perspective and how much the wind can change your access. But thankfully it's a walking trail for majority of it. Just get around. But yeah, I only have 2 hours. Doing a lot of stuff at home. So just a quick one. That camera hasn't fired off or anything, so it's kind of what I was thinking from yesterday, is that that buck is moved on out of the area, or hell, it could be locked down. Let's just hope he bred that doe and now he's moving tonight. Doubt it, but let's see what I see. The spot kind of converges on a lot of deer trails in between a couple clearings.
It's pretty open. I got the binos with me. I got my damn hat. Drives me nuts when I do that. But the weather is good. It is very nice out. And a very nice day today. So tip, always talk to people whenever you see them. There were a group of ladies riding their horses, and one lady's like, hey, I think I see you here walking. I think I ran into you before. I said, maybe, you know, I'm here before, or I'm here a lot. I have never ran into her before. And she was like, well, you want to come over? We got deer all over. We live just down the road. I said, if you're being serious, I'll come over. I was like, what? She's like, yeah. I was like, what's her address? So we gave her her address, gave me her name, gave me her husband's name. Stop on over anytime. You can hunt it. Sure enough, right down the road, 10 acres. Secured permission just like that.
So I forgot how close this tree is to that main area that I'm hunting this buck in. Really wish I would not have came tonight, to be honest. Not a long sit, and I made some noise coming in. Damn it. Here are all those little poplars. You can just see the rubs on each. And then this is a big maple tree. So this whole poplar patch is just tore up. And then like down there is where I hunted in on that camera yesterday.
The wind completely shifted on me and it was pretty bad for the spot. But I've already hunted it twice. I didn't get anything that night on camera. Nothing really indicated that buck was still there, so I figured, what do I got to lose? Gun season's right around the corner, so it was kind of like that last ditch effort. There was no other good wind days, Monday, Tuesday, and then rifle opened on Wednesday. So figured, why not? Let's swing all the way around this marsh, come in from the other side. You know, I have quick access that way, but I had to walk all the way around. I had this tree picked out. I didn't scout it out because I just saw it kind of in the clearing when I was there back in the spring. So I knew what tree I was going to. And when I finally got in there, it was tall, dry grass that I can move through pretty quietly, but all the leaves were sitting there. And it was probably 3 or 4 inches thick of leaves, and it was impossible to be quiet. It was dry, it was calm. I made a ton of noise. I got up and I realized I am way too close to where I need to be. I wanted to sit back a little bit and try to observe that area to see if I can get any sort of semblance of movement through there. But I'm pretty sure I ruined the hunt before I even got set up, unfortunately. So some lessons learned for next year. One, that is a pre-rut spot. So I need to get in there earlier than November 10th, 11th, 12th, or 9th, 10th, 11th, whatever it was. So I need to get in the last weekend of October, first weekend of November, instead of that second weekend of November. So push it forward 10, 12 days or so. I think that would give me a better chance. 2 would be drop a freaking camera. Hello. So I'll definitely be doing that in the summer. 3 is the trees were okay. I had that first sit was a good tree, but there was no cover behind me. So I'll have to play with that a little bit more. So kind of refine those trees. And then 4, be patient for the wind. Don't go in there and blow it up. Like I said, if it wasn't so close to firearm season, it was the last hunt, you know, I would not have gone in there, but just be a little bit more mindful of accessing and blowing out that spot. And the last one would be find out where that deer is coming from. He's obviously moving through there and working through there, but where is he coming from? So with those lessons learned, I think I'll have a good shot at him next year if he survives. Hopefully he survives. I know someone else is hunting there, so obviously anything can happen. Even get hit by a car for all I know. But yeah, really excited to hunt that one again next year.